Gunters Universe, everyone. This is the one and only live talk show broadcasting from the metaverse. Join us in VR chat every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific to watch the show live from the comfort of your VR headsets. You can also watch the live stream at hitbox.tv/Gunter444. Tonight I have the pleasure of talking with the Pixel Ripped developers. To my left we have Stephanie Keegan, the producer and 3D artist. How are you doing, Stephanie?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
And to my right I have Ana Ribeiro, the Pixel Ripped creator and developer. How are you, Ana?
I'm good. It's amazing. Thanks for having us here. I feel inside the oasis. Amazing.
Yeah, it is. Very much inspired by Ready Player One. That's sort of where I pick up my name from as well. And I also live in an RV. Yeah, I live in an RV full time as well. So that's just I'm just crazy like that.
We also Gunters, by the way. We listen to 80s music all the time. We're pretty addicted to 80s.
Me too. This is going to be a fun chat. So also we have my co-host here, Mr. Whiskert. How are you doing tonight, sir? Isn't he adorable?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Cool. Let's go ahead and chat a little bit. I'd like to know a little bit more about you folks, and then we'll talk about the game, and then we'll talk about the Kickstarters. So to start things, just want to hear a little bit of history about you both. Stephanie, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I started my career in short filmmaking, and I was producing short films in London for a deaf market. But I wanted to do something a bit more creative than producing, so I became a VFX artist, where I met Anna. So I was studying to be a compositor for a while, and then I fell in love with 3D, fell in love with Maya, and started working. I went to the National Film and Television School near London, and Anna at the same time was studying games design, and I went to their classroom to help them out with any 3D models they wanted, and the rest is history, really.
Oh, cool. So you both went to the same college. That's pretty sweet. And Anna, tell me a little bit about your history as well, in games and all of that.
I started making games 5 years ago. Before I used to do divorces and pies in Brazil, and I had a dad decided to follow my dreams, and I left everything back home, and I sold my car. I left the company. I had some pies and got my money from the pies business, and I started to make. I did a degree in games programming in London, and it was in SAE. It was 1 year of C++ and crazy shit. And then I moved on to the master's course where I met Stephanie at the film school, which was a game design course. And we're here. We met working together there. Steph was the revolutionary VFX student that she decided she didn't want to work with film. She wanted to work with games. And she was the only one helping all the game students working on our projects. And that's when we started working Pixel Ripped. And then when the course finished, we got approached by investors, and we, as a student project, we kind of we started to think about what if we're a team, what if we have a company, and that's how we actually got together, because we had even be approached by people and asking us to basically have a company and be more organized, not just a student project. And then we got Pixel Ripped registry, and then now we're working together. That's the company here, two of us, so working together now.
So that's awesome. You guys are living the dream. And how many years ago did you guys meet and start working on this?
So I guess we actually met probably nearly 3 years ago, but we didn't really become friends for another year. And then we started working together about 2 years ago, but full time we started this year.
I see. And when did and how did the idea of Pixel, it was Pixel Rift to start, and now it's Pixel Ripped, how did that come to be?
So it was my final project at uni, so I had to come up with the idea in the beginning of 2014. and I had a dream about this game. I was playing the television, and then the whole world was changing around me, and then it was crazy. And basically, the game in the television was controlling the world, and then the graphics were improving, and the whole room was improving as well with the video game theory. And basically, I woke up with that idea, and I start to work with this idea of you playing a game in a game, and you see this game changing through the history of video games. And then I had a bug and some some things on the way of developing that kind of changed the game, the way the game went through. But it started from a dream basically, and the love I had for VR, and that's how it started.
Wow, so it really is this VR dream of yours. That's pretty awesome. I grew up in the 80s and got to have similar experiences, so it was really cool to play your demo and be sitting down on the floor with all these cool systems around, and I really dug the video on the TV there, the live action video. That was really cool, and I want to talk a little bit about that. I have the trailer, though, loaded in my video queue here. Let me see if I can run that for everybody that's watching, and then we'll talk some more.
Glum face.
I'm so bored.
Well, not anymore, you're not. Not when you've got Pixel Rift to keep you entertained.
Whoa, yeah! Ultimate!
Explore amazing lands. But watch out. Once you enter the Pixel Rift, you may never want to come back. Pixel Rift is available for your home entertainment system now. Now in color.
So rad.
Oh,
Where did you find that kid?
So it's a kid as a son of a friend from the course.
Alright, it's time to enter.
These are some
We
YouTubers
filmed that
playing
trailer in the
game.
university, by the way. We film everything on the university, the film school with our other friends. And we took like an afternoon, and it's really homemade style.
It looks great. Such cool art direction, and I guess having the university there and all the resources and the ability to connect with each other is sort of the magic, it seems.
Yeah, that's the beauty of NFTS, the university graduated, because it's kind of this small universe with basically 8 students every course, and then you have the opportunity to meet everyone in the pub, basically, inside the uni.
Oh,
And
wow.
in 3 months you know everyone, and you kind of basically talk to them in the pub and say, hey, I'm doing this game, it's 80s style, you should be up for doing like a trailer, like actually shoot a commercial like the 80s, and like that's how basically we start meeting like cinematographer, sound designer, composers, and met staff, and we all met in the uni, and we still working together with the sound designer and composer, which also graduates in the same university.
Yeah, the music's fantastic. All of it, the art, the idea. So very cool. What's the name of the school again? I didn't quite get that.
NFTS.
It stands for the National Film and Television School.
National Film and Television School. Cool. And that's over there in the UK?
I mean, we are now in America, but yeah, it's in the UK.
Okay, and then I have that queued up next, but let me see. So I saw in there that the character's playing the game Girl, so I love how you've renamed the Game Boy to the game Girl. That's pretty sweet. And I saw that there's basically these different decades of different consoles from the late 70s through the 80s and then the 90s, and that's sort of the idea, right, is to eventually build out this game where the character's the same, but it's evolving through these different console generations.
Yeah, we're starting with 1989, and we'll be releasing that as a standalone game because we don't want to have to make everyone wait for 2 years while the two of us finish 5 levels. But we will then be doing 1979 and working our way through them.
Yeah, that sounds smart, right? Like get something out to people as fast as possible, sort of like the rapid development. Um, and so why start with 1989 then?
It's the level that we'd already done the most work on, but it's also the school level where everyone, and I think it's kind of what people are waiting for. We don't want to release a completely different thing and people are like, oh, we want the school. So we figured we'd start with 1989 for that reason.
I
Because
see. So, go ahead.
this demo was like a proof of concept basically. It was a student project and also learning a lot during the like in developing this demo. So I was learning programming, everything. I'm still learning. So basically during the game, and there's many things I want to approach that we didn't as a student, like students actually manage to make it, like loads of Easter eggs and loads of levels. I had to cut it down a lot, that demo, to make it really short and small so I can actually finish
Right.
in the end of the course.
Yeah, it's easy to add and overscope and then have too much of a weight on the project. So, but I love that you guys have this vision, the expansion of it, and it's really cool.
We're now working in the final version and it's going to be like 40 minutes long. So imagine that demo that
Cool.
you have there. It's kind of like half of one level. And now we're going to have 3 levels plus the boss battle. And loads of Easter eggs, and we still have a lot to do actually to make this happen, but we're gonna do it.
And so we're in this 1989 edition. The characters at school, and so we got to play in a classroom, which you are the avatar of the new design of the future, right? Because the design I saw was a little bit different. So is it always going to be in that classroom, or is there going to be other environments that's in the whole school area?
Oh, we have a couple more environments we're working on. The current one we're building now is the headmaster's office, but there's also a couple more that are surprises.
Cool. Getting sent to the what we would call the principal's office. That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, some Easter eggs like duck hunts and squiggles and ghosts in some games we're gonna reference, and
Nice.
gonna have zombies. There's lots of new environments that will be like basically triggered by Easter eggs in the game, in the play in the game, an arcade game or by the world, interacting with the other students now.
Cool. So I have the making of video queued up. Let's have a look at that as well. I thought this was really interesting. And if you
Volume.
could talk through it.
Yeah, so basically this is the first unit project when I was working DK1, and I had this idea of making you playing a game in the living room forever, and the living room was going to change and the gameplay was going to change. And then I had a bug, which is going to show that, a 2D character jumping in the living room, and this
Yeah,
wasn't
that's a
supposed
bug.
to happen. And that changed a whole design. I also playtested the game with some students at uni. I got some free beer for them when they basically play the game, and I threw the whole level away and started the school level in June. This whole level that I didn't use at all, throw it away. So, I guess you need to be like detached from you need to know how to kill the babies basically when you're working.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's really cool that you put this video up and shared it. Somebody that's interested in the project, it's cool to see.
Show the back in the scenes, like this is the 3D game. I have to also build that, and we have a pixel art that do all the pixel art of this game, all the sprites, and I have to build that game separate. All the scenes are separate levels, game design, documents.
Was there some motion capture going on?
No, that was all. This is from when I was doing the course. So I didn't have staff helping me yet on this. So I had to do the animations in this program called iClone. So it wasn't motion capture. It was like a program that the uni has a contract that had some characters and you can do animation. But now we're doing everything from scratch.
I did see reference to, what do you say, iClone? Can you talk about what that is?
It's a software that you have some characters that you can change them a little bit. So I have this kid from iClone and the teachers. The uni had a contract I never had used before, and I wonder if you have used before. It's like if you're gonna get something quick done, it was good for me to have something quick in the scene and play test the game and have the game running. Because you can quick just go like add this character, tweak it, and do some animation inside the software as well. And there's some template animations that I could use, like sitting, idles, walking through this path, and then I could just edit a little bit, and then audio from the actors as well, everything in the software. It helped me to make it something quick to done and to continue working other things in the game.
Sure.
But we're not using it now at the moment anymore. We're doing like now like because I was kind of alone. But now Steph joining and we are actually modeling like unique.
Sure.
Not templates, because they had this style which is a little bit like everything looks like Barbie, and it's kind of, that was I had this teacher that I wanted her to look like an old lady, but then her body was really like a Barbie, and I had to curve her so she doesn't show the disease. But like overall was overall it was good for making something like help me a lot to make the game ready.
Like placeholders, and now that you got the team and the time and now you're you know, able to dedicate that. That's pretty cool. I do want to talk about the boost program and stuff as well, but a few more questions on the game before we kind of dive into all sort of the business stuff and what you got going on there. I want to know a little bit more about the team as well. I saw you have a writer, and a pixel artist, a sound designer, and a composer. You met those people at your school. You know, maybe tell us a little bit about them. I mean, their work is just pretty fantastic, in my opinion.
Yeah, we have. I mean, the newest member to the team is actually the writer. He's a stand-up comedian from the UK, and we got him on board because he's also used to be an archaeologist. So we thought he'd be perfect to write the comedy lessons, the lesson plans. And then we have the sound designer and the composer, sound designer Ben, composer Terry, who have been on the project from the beginning, and they're from the National Film and Television School, and they are just incredible guys. They will do anything, and they'll just they'll go above and beyond, and they've just been so loyal, and they're both so talented. So we were really lucky to have them. And then
I
of
love
course
the soundtrack.
The 2D artist William, Anna met, in fact Anna, it's probably better you explain how you met William.
Yeah, it was in a game event. I met his course coordinator. He's William Rodriguez, and he do all he just specializes in pixel art basically. All of them are freelancers, so if anyone like their work and want to contract them as well, please let us know. And we also have in our website like their details, and we're gonna link to their website because they're freelancers. We will have to work in other projects, and they love games. They're really talented. Of course, don't steal them from us. But right. They can work in other projects at the same time.
Sure, everybody's growing from this. That's really cool. Yeah, the pixel art's really fantastic, and a lot of your, I don't know who exactly is doing all the promotional materials or all that, but just so many cool posters I saw on your guys' Twitter, you know, just all across the board. The brand is really, really cool. Well designed.
Yeah, I also forgot to say, but there's an artist, Gina. She did draw the new posters, because they have some people from the community that they believe in the project. They want to help somehow. So I met a YouTuber, and his girlfriend, she really loved the project, and she was wants to be involved somehow, and she's a really good artist. So I asked her would you be interested to draw this post? I have this post I draw myself. It doesn't look good. Because I really want to look like the 80s Indiana Jones Star Wars style. And because I'm not a professional drawer, I'm not a professional artist. I mean, I tried to draw the first poster, but it doesn't look the way I want it to look. And then she helped it so much. So the new poster that is there, she actually drew it. It looks so good now. And we're also going to put her contact there in the website.
Cool. Yeah, it's great that you can give her that direction, though. You know, that's a big part of it, that you know what your vision is. Cool. I also heard you speak about a possible companion Android game. Is that still on the map, or is most of the focus just on getting the VR version out?
mean that now that the Kickstarter is going kind of stuck, and we now concentrating in making the PC version of Pixel Rift and get this really well done and release it with the headset and don't lose the boat. We're gonna concentrate on that first, and then it's in our plans for the future. Like we would love to have like a companion app that you could play, like the game you play the game, you could play on your phone, and you could actually get this game into school or something.
Yeah, it's real cool.
It's in our plans, but not for now. For now, we're gonna concentrate on the Oculus version and the PC version of the game, because we are a small team and we want the game to be well done. So that's what we.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else? I'm talking too much.
Yeah. I think well, I think that smart makes sense, and I kind of figured that's what, you were going to say. It's a great idea, though, right? And it'd be a great way to bring more people into the market, I think, to have that kind of cross, platform situation that then people might want to pick up VR. But, of course, it's just adding more and more to the project. But that was really cool, and I was interested in one of the Reddit posts about the Kickstarter that you guys were talking about. A few people, like Denny from Cloudheads, chimed in about how difficult it is and to got to keep trying to survive, and also Protomps, the Time Rifters guy. It was interesting. I didn't know that his project transitioned to a mobile app game, and really was liking what I was seeing there. I haven't had much time to go take a look at it, but he was giving some really cool advice. So, yeah, it was great to hear about all of this. So it's been great to read up on your guys' project and learn more about some of the other stuff that I've come across.
We had some good advices. Some investors that said, why you guys don't do an MMO and get this game like people pay monthly to play the game, and and the teacher could be just a warrior and it could evolve in worlds and make this MMO and the people pay monthly. So that actually happened with the first part.
Yeah, we turned down that investment. Not
Yeah.
surprisingly.
That seems pretty ambitious. Very cool. So yeah, let's talk about the Kickstarter. How many hours left do we have?
I think we're almost down to the last 2 days now.
Yeah. I think we're at
Almost
like
like
50.
one day.
The time difference is confusing me. I'm still not quite adjusted to
Oh,
San
sure.
Fran time.
Sure, it's always interesting with time zones here too, because we try to meet up at a certain time, and do this show, and we have all kinds of support from Europeans. We have people from Australia, tons of people across the United States, and just everywhere. And so it's, we don't have that central time or whatever, so it gets to be pretty interesting. But yeah, 50 hours or so left. You guys have 484 backers. That's pretty awesome. Of course, the goal doesn't seem like it's going to quite meet your goal with being at 18,000 and you're trying to reach 60. So tell me a little bit about, about this Kickstarter, the challenges, maybe some lessons that you've learned throughout it.
I think the most challenging thing is trying to run a Kickstarter for a game when the hardware isn't actually commercially released yet. I think a lot of people treat Kickstarter as like a pre-order kind of system, and yet people can't pre-order because they don't know which headset they're going to have. So I think that's the biggest issue we've had. But also on top of that, managing the Kickstarter has been it has been so much more work than we ever anticipated. Everyone told us to expect it to be a lot of work, and everyone warned us that we would not be able to sleep for a whole month solid, and we just thought, nah, we'll do it, it'll be fine. But it is such an immense workload. So we've sort of been trying to manage that and moving out to San Fran. And the truth is that had we known about the boost campaign, we probably wouldn't have launched the Kickstarter quite so soon. We probably would have held off and actually asked for a lot less.
Right, because that's you guys moved out there for that 3-month incubator program, the boost program. So obviously that you couldn't pass up that opportunity. So that does seem to be like splitting the time there. And I have friends that have had successful Kickstarters and also have had them not be successful. So yeah, I always hear about how much work it is, and yeah, like not sleeping for a month, the same thing that I heard.
And we had to basically be moving to San Francisco, and it was kind of we left a little bit the Kickstarter kind of like alone, and I think that was like the things we learned. Like I think to run a Kickstarter, you need to basically like be really clear and with the community and be answering all the messages. And we apologize for actually when we actually moved into San Francisco, we had so many things to do, and then it's just been crazy days. But I think we should have that. Try to find time somehow to actually be like answering all the messages, doing more updates. But we just are so busy.
I guess you needed to not sleep and not eat in order to have enough time, I suppose. I don't think there's really anything else you could have done.
But the truth be told, the Kickstarter really was to try and solve a major problem we had, which was that Anna's visa had been rejected for the UK, which meant we weren't able to work together. And although the internet's an amazing thing, and Skype and all these other tools, we just find it impossible to get things done, and a lot of delays caused by being in different countries while we worked. So the real thing the Kickstarter would have solved is just getting enough funding so that we could apply for entrepreneur and startup kind of visas. But that's obviously been solved now by being out at the booth campaign for 3 months. So it's fantastic. We're just so thrilled to be here. So it's definitely a silver lining for us.
So yeah, we are here like we need to use this time. We have 3 months. Let's just work and make this game in 3 months because we don't know what's gonna happen after this 3 months. So we're now here together and we have time to work in the game for the 3 months. But after here, maybe I'll have to come back to Brazil and then it's just gonna be like more horrible delays in our schedule. So we really like now crack on in the game. We are really excited. We're really happy to just be working the game again. It had been so long that we've been through like this like visa problems and working like with a horrible connection internet. My back home, where I live in Brazil, it's like an island. The capital of Maranhão, it's like an island in the north, so it's countryside, not São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, where you have good internet. So when I'm there, I have basically we don't have broadband, and you have to use like mobile internet.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the situation we've been working the last 2.
So things froze for me. Are you guys still able to hear me?
It was just...
There we go.
Oh, yeah,
there we
back
go.
again.
Up.
Oh, boom. We lost Anna. She's down.
Oh, we've lost Anna.
Yeah, there's a bit of a spike there for me, so we will wait. My internet, I'm pretty blessed because I have a Verizon connection that's a LTE wireless connection, but I got grandfathered in with an unlimited plan, so I can't tell you how much data I use, and I hope it never goes away, else I'll be screwed because I work, online and do all my TV, so it's literally 500 plus gigabytes a month, and they can't do anything about it. Ha ha ha.
That's awesome.
The only reason I moved into the RV and started moving my house around was because of that possibility. I don't see how you could live it mobily really without something like that. I wonder if Anna is the data down there the same thing in the mobile networks? Is it unlimited, or are they capped at a certain amount of gigabytes? Because I'm sure that would make things nearly impossible.
Hello, Fodin.
Hey. Welcome back.
Creeping people.
Don't step on the audience.
It's okay. They're used to it. There's
The
this
first
personal...
time I see myself.
Sorry?
The first time I see myself here. The other time was so...
Oh, yes. Kai did it, yeah. Kai was so nice to lend his computer.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Yeah.
I will have to buy him pizza or more beer.
Yeah. More beer. Awesome. I did hear you guys were having some fun out there at when you guys were hanging out in Janus, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Off the record.
We'll edit this whole segment out.
I deny everything and I want to speak to my lawyer.
Right, right.
It was
Well,
me. It's okay. It was me. I was curious. I just wanted to know the secret place.
sure. These are cool places. So we will pick up, so I'm going to edit up to this point, and we were talking about your difficulties with
The
internet.
internet in the jungle. um, yeah, the internet in Brazil. So yeah, that's what I was saying. It was really bad. It was funny because I was saying that my internet was really bad. It was always falling, and I just fell on the shot.
Yeah, it's got to be way challenging. The whole visa thing, I can't even imagine having to deal with that situation. I mean, it's got to be a bit heartbreaking to have to deal with that in the middle of trying to do this killer project, this dream coming true, and then, but, so happy that you guys are able to do the boost program. I mean, what a little miracle that is. So
Yeah, we're
hopefully,
so fortunate. It's just things have so fallen into place again, which is
yeah,
why we're pulling in crazy hours, because that 3-month period, we actually don't know
yep.
what's going to happen at the end of that. We're probably back in the same problem as we were started with. So we're spending the 3 months doing some crazy hours. I think we've been here till like 4 in the morning most nights.
I'm sure you guys will figure something out. That's how it all is. Challenge is you'll find a way. Maybe you'll save everything on floppy disks and mail them to each other, or some kind of strange workflow like that. So tell me a bit more about Boost and that program and how you found it. What it's offering, and just maybe I guess the application process and any details.
Well, we originally heard about it. Well, Boost has been around for I think it's 3 years now. So they do 2 programs a year, and we're like in tribe 6. It started out as a specialty accelerator for Bitcoin, but this tribe is the first time they've split that with VR as a new technology they want to specialize in investing with and trying to sort of help you grow. We heard about it through a forum, and I was notified about it. We chased it up just on a whim, really, and noticed that particular day was the last day for submissions. So we didn't even stop to think about it. We just applied, and the application process was really straightforward. It's all done online, and it was a good application process, like a mixture of like strong business questions, but they also had some fun, quirky questions as well, like what's your favorite superhero and that kind of thing, which warms me to them straight away because they're very approachable and really cool guys here.
It's fantastic.
I think the best thing about being here is that we are together with all the other VR companies. It's really nice to just be working inside our living rooms and just like alone in our own, and now we kind of get in touch with and see what everyone is doing. It's really cool just to have people around you working and sharing experiences. It's just like this really cool small industry that we now living like the community. It's really cool to be involved, and then we're now working with them. It's just I think that's the best thing about here.
Yeah, it was great to hear James McCrae of Janus VR is there, so that's really cool. And Kai, Articulate here, who does the Archive, who I heard was moving to San Fran, but I didn't realize the whole situation. So now that's come to light, and that's really cool that he's taking advantage of that too. Who else is also at that program that we might know?
About the Fearless, he's doing like a VR experience about treating fear with spiders and like kind of Fearless. If you heard. And there's also a game jam, another VR game jam game. They did a fish game, and they also.
Yeah, the Ralph guys are here too, and they're the other games developers in the room. I feel like really self-conscious because I'm pretty sure they're all listening into this.
Well, tell them hello. Tell them they can come on the show anytime. It'd be nice to talk to some people post Boost, see how that works out for people.
It's a shame that James is not here because he's usually here.
Yeah.
Today he went out.
Yeah, I had a previous talk show, so this is my second talk show in VR, which is always sounds ridiculous to me. But Riff Max Theater was kicking, was pretty popular last year. Is he there? James was on my first show in
Oh,
Riff
no.
Max, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I got to. It was a little over a year ago. I did a show called Virtually Incorrect that ran for about 16 episodes, and then that stopped for about 6 months, and then I booted it up here in VR chat, named it Gunters Universe, and now we're at episode 19. So super happy to be able to do all this. Yeah.
It's so awesome. I mean, to be honest, if I'm brutally honest, like we being games developers, we do get our heads down and kind of oblivious to what's going on around us. So being here, it's been such an eye-opener to see what other people are doing, and it's amazing. And we even share a desk with Janice, and just seeing what
Right.
James is doing on a daily basis. They implemented the ability to drag and drop pictures in yesterday,
I know.
and that is
We heard.
so awesome.
Yeah, I saw that at the top of the Reddit. Saw all the pictures. Haven't been playing in Janus in a long time. Didn't really, again, when you got your head down on a project, it's kind of hard to try everything. I mean, I can't even keep up with all the demos that I want to keep up with, or there's so much to do here in VR chats. This is where I basically live. I at least spend 20 hours a week, it seems, here, managing the events and getting them kickstarted and going, and then of course, doing the show here. So yeah, it's awesome to be able to meet you people that are doing stuff in the field, and then have the enthusiasts and people in our audience meet you as well, and then there's other developers in the audience, and so you just connect with each other, and it's really cool to be in these social spaces and see that thing happen. That's kind of my biggest motivation.
At least you're doing a good job, by the way. Thanks. If it wasn't your work, we wouldn't be here all together. And at least in your work, you kind of socialize with people in the virtual world.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. So that's really cool. Will I get to meet you at Oculus Connect in September?
Yes, yeah, we will be there. So yeah, it'll be great to see some people in their true faces.
Absolutely. I went to the last Oculus Connect and got to meet all the people that I met here. Got to stay in that cool beach house with folks like Cymatic Bruce and Rev Kyle and Justin Morovitz of Proton Pulse and Vanguard V, and so many more other people. And so it's happening again, and now I've met even more people in the community. So it's going to be just a great time out there, and I look forward to chilling with you girls at OC and see what we're going to be able to get our hands on and try and learn from Carmack and whatnot.
Yeah, we're really excited because we obviously normally wouldn't have been able to come. It's just perfect timing for us being already up the road now.
This is great. Such a serendipity, it seems. So a few more things to, you mentioned gear. Somebody there is working on a jam gear project. You guys worked on Bouncinator. Unfortunately, I have a gear, but I couldn't try it because I'm running Lollipop and it wasn't working for me, which is kind of the scenario with a bunch of the Game Jam games. So I really wanted to. I'm going to play a video real quick, and then we can just chat about that a little.
Yeah, we were doing the process of doing the game jam. I was in Brazil. It was exactly when my visa expired. Basically, I was crazy.
Oh man. More killer music. So you play a bouncer.
Yeah, it's kind of like, we like to describe it as a cross between Patient Please and Garfunk. It's like you have to decide whether people can come into your business using your X-ray vision, and whether they're safe or not, and if they're not, you get to eject them.
I need a bouncinator at the spawn locations here in set in case there's any not cool trolls that come through.
Yeah. We can bring him over.
That'd
I
be
can
awesome.
see
I
the
do.
world VR jobs. VR jobs would be amazing, and we could get paid in Bitcoin. It'd be awesome.
It'd be very awesome. I keep forgetting to ask people, and I'm going to follow back up, is I put a little museum in here, so I want to ask for like an asset from all the developers that come on that I can miniaturize and kind of have them in the spawn locations or something like that. People can go around and see all the little assets from our favorite developers' games and whatnot, so yeah. The bouncing area would be pretty cool, and Mr. Whiskers really is my bouncer. He wields a few tools here. One is a rocket launcher that can kick people, so I guess that job's actually
Badass!
pretty...
He's a scary cat. Where is
Yeah.
the Mega Man helmet?
He's got all kinds of tools.
Yes.
Oh, there we go, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't see the Mega Man helmet before. That is new for
Oh.
this episode.
I'm in love as well. Let's go out. Let's go in a meeting, in a date. A virtual date.
Awesome. What else we got here? So now just a bunch of fun stuff, like I'd like to know what your favorite Ninja Turtle is.
Michelangelo.
Oh,
Of course.
okay.
Oh,
Same
snap. That's mine too. I always expect it to be Donatello. There's just, a lot of people in our community like Donatello.
No, it's gotta be the party dude.
Exactly, me too. Yeah. What else? How about a favorite VR demo or experience that's out there? One that
Ooh,
comes to
that's a good
mind.
one.
I guess
Besides VR chat.
Ghana is pretty good. Ghana, when you like controlling a ship, it's a little bit like retro graphics. It's forgive you. You like a spaceship VR game. Pretty cool.
What was
It's
that?
by In Dream something.
Oh, Gunner. Yeah, Gunner is good.
Oh, Gunner, yeah.
I mean, the best experience I've tried, I think I signed an NDA. So I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it. But
Oh,
we tried
sure,
some
yeah.
like, cool hardware with some guys down in, what's the company name? Severa? Do you know Severa?
Anyways, but it was like a really cool zombie apocalypse attack. It was really awesome.
Or Servos?
Yes. I think
Yeah,
that's
with the
one.
zombie, isn't that a room scale thing, like where you can walk around?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're
Yeah.
wearing like a Ghostbusters. We played a really old demo. We hear that then the latest build, which is top secret, is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tiny and brilliant. But the one we played was brilliant anyway. It's like you're wearing a Ghostbusters pack. But the controls, it was the first time I tried any hand tracking controls. That definitely added to the experience of me. But
Sure.
it was fantastic. It was kind of like a House of the Dead style zombie shoot 'em up demo, and it was the most immersed I've ever felt in a game. It was so awesome.
I almost had the chance to try that during last Connect, but the people that were going to that already had left, and I had drank too much from the open bar that Oculus provides and couldn't navigate myself in time. So hopefully maybe this next go. Very cool. And just I read some things about some of your favorite games. I think one of yours is Mega Man 2.
Yes.
I love
That's how
Mega
I was
Man
looking
2.
at you guys showing him Mega Man 2, and then he put the helmet, and
Yeah.
I couldn't talk. I was just screaming, yay! No one heard.
Yeah.
And then I fly to the sky. It was great. But yeah, Mega Man 2. Definitely.
Definitely 2. I played through that, I don't know, about 2 years ago, and it was a lot of fun to revisit that. And Stephanie, Toe Jam, and Earl is one of your favorites?
Yeah, I think it's
So
awesome.
cool.
I feel like Tojo Noah had like the spirit of an indie game back then, and it's still good. It's still like one of the best games. I love it.
Yay!
Yeah. A few things queued for these games. Of course, the music is amazing.
Yeah, I listen to the music, by the way. I have a Spotify list with loads of and Sonic, all the best soundtracks.
Yeah. Yep.
If you guys want to follow my list, it's called Music to Program Video Games.
Oh yeah? Sweet.
Yeah, it's Spotify. This is also my alarm to wake up. That's
That's amazing, because that's not that one. It's the intro track is my alarm, so that's pretty funny.
yeah, that one I was playing before is when you're choosing the level you
Yep.
want to play. It's my favorite.
The stage select, sure.
Come on. Yeah. You ready, big girl?
And is this what you wake up to on your alarm, Stephanie?
Come on.
Oh yeah.
My name
Or this is the back in the groove. I saw that on your Twitter.
Oh, is this from the Xbox game?
It's a Kickstarter. I just saw a message on, I think it was your Twitter, so I thought maybe that was something that you backed. I don't know if it's out or what's going on there.
Yeah, it did get funded. In fact, I found out about it after the time had passed, but it did get funded, thankfully, so I can't wait for that to come out.
But here we go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
What a tune.
Sorry guys, I have the desire to go and look for presents. I may have to...
We have presents here, actually. Mr. Whiskers is,
Get on, Whiskers.
he gives presents.
Oh,
Let's hope it's not a total bummer in there.
she's smiling. No one can see it, but she's happy.
We'll wait till the end to open it. It could be good, it could be bad, and if you try to open it, you'll pop out of your seat. Unless
I really
Mr.
want
Whiskers.
bonus high tops.
He may want you to open it now. I have no control over the cat. We actually don't know who the cat is. He showed up one day and he became my co-host.
Seriously?
Seriously.
That is so awesome.
He was pretty naughty in the
Yeah.
beginning, but then we formed a strong relationship, and it's pretty awesome. He comes with new toys every week. So one of our community members here, Madman, shared this with me last week, and it's a band called Bit Brigade. He brought you a dead bird. Bit Brigade at MagFest, and what they are doing, I thought you guys would be interested in this, is somebody plays Metroid or all kinds of games, so they're going to play Metroid, and then they play the music to the person playing the game on the big screen. And
That is so
unfortunately, can I skip through it? Because I need to be able to skip. It's too long. There we go. I assume you like Metroid. I think I saw in Pixel Rift
Yeah.
some reference to Samus as the character
Yeah,
levels up.
definitely. Basically,
Yeah.
the picture main character, we want her to be basically all these heroes we grew up playing with. But they all,
Right.
but she's this representation of all these heroes, and she jumps like Mega Man. She kind of collect coins like
Yeah.
Mario, and she dressed like Link from Zelda. So kind of, we want her to basically represent of this hero, all these heroes. But she's a girl. Because we grew up playing like loads of games. But all
VR
those heroes,
chat.
they're all missing.
Whoops.
Oh.
Sorry. I was trying to turn down the music so I could hear you a little better. But yeah, I mean, I love that that your character is a combination of all kinds of, and I see it more as you explain it. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with the full release of your game. And I'm just clicking on things. It's always interesting doing a show from inside the Rift, and you have all these screens open with notes and with another program that allows me to play what's on the screen and whatnot. But we're going to open things up to audience questions here, and I'll ramble a little bit more while they all scramble to think of cool questions or get up the courage to ask some questions. I know there are out there. So, you know, anything about the Kickstarter, about their game, about Mega Man, or any of their interest, or just anything you want to know. Who has a question?
I have a question.
Hey,
Why-
Send Help, what's up?
Why the name change? It used to be called Pixel Rift. Now it's Pixel Ripped. Is there a reason?
Oh, there are actually a couple of reasons, but the main one being that when it was originally named Pixel Rift, it was during sort of the student project era, and we never really thought that the name would matter too much. But now that we want to make a game and we want to be agnostic for all devices, it made sense to change the name sooner rather than later, because it was only going to confuse consumers and become maybe even a problem with copyright, so we just decided to bite the bullet and do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Another example would be RiftMax, who's coming back. I think they're also thinking about possible name change as well. I mean, a lot of the Rift thing with Rift in it isn't going to make sense now that we know there is Vives and Morpheus and other things on the horizon, OSVR. So that makes a lot of sense. And VR Chat as well, it doesn't have Rift in it, but they're brainstorming, new names as well. So we're all trying to give opinions and what we think would be a good part of the next name, and definitely want to get that out before consumer hits and stuff like that. So if anybody has any ideas on a good name for VR Chat after the show, definitely chime in about that. Another question?
Yeah, I got a question.
Hey, Paul, what's up?
So if the Kickstarter goes through, like what would be your kind of plan that you would follow if that happens? And then what would you do if it doesn't make it?
Do you want me to answer that one, Anna, or do you want to?
If it doesn't work, which is kind of what it's most likely, unfortunately, we are gonna finish the game one way or another, because now we got the boost accelerator, and the plan is basically continue working 3 months, get the gameplay nailed, the whole game done, and then just polish to release next year for Oculus Rift. And we have also Steam green light, so we want to release for Steam, concentrate in the PC version of the game. If the Kickstarter succeeds, it means we can contract more people to work in the game, and it means we could finish like quicker the game, and also get like proper animators and invest more in the game and do the Gear VR version of the game. So in the Kickstarter, as one of the goals to actually release the Gear VR version. But we now with the Kickstarter going the way it is, the plan is to stick to the PC version and concentrate to finish the version. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we were heavily optimizing for VR, which is one of the most painful things we've ever had to do in our whole lives, I think. But
What's painful?
We have 12 rigged characters in a room at one point. Trying to optimize for the Gear VR has been quite a challenge, and we still think it is possible, but it's very time consuming, and that we're finding that's going to take a lot of time. If the Kickstarter doesn't succeed, it means we just haven't got the manpower really to get that out. So we would concentrate on the PC build and get that as awesome as we could, and revisit the Gear VR at a later date.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Deep Rifter, were you asking?
Yeah.
Raising your...
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just curious, what do your families think of this crazy journey that you guys have been taking in the VR world?
That's a good question. Do you want to start? My family, they now support me a lot. When I decided 5 years ago, when I left my job in Brazil, and I used to work for 5 years, I had my salary, I had a stable life, and I quit everything and said, that's it, I'm going to make video games. It was kind of, people thought that she's going mental. What's going on?
Sure.
Just, that's what, like my family thought, like this is just like maybe a joke, or maybe she's just going through this moment in her life that she just went mental and she's going to quit everything, go crazy. But now, after like 5 years, that they see like how I love and how I actually been working hard on this. They support me a lot. And if there wasn't my family supporting me, it would be really hard to continue making video games. They've been supportive, really supportive. And also in my Kickstarter, we have been like really supported by our family and friends.
Cool. What about you,
Yeah, I
Stephanie?
think my family has given up having an opinion, really, because I was a filmmaker, then a visual effects artist, and now a games developer. They've kind of just gone, oh, okay.
There is a saying that it is better it is better to fail at trying to do what you want than to succeed at doing what you hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better change it, how they say, change the present. You can change the past, but you can change the present to make a better future. Oh, that's
Yep.
it.
Yeah, I've done the similar thing. I had an IT career salary, and I dumped all that to do some schoolwork with some graphic stuff, and now I'm in an RV trying to do a VR talk show, and it's pretty crazy.
Definitely, I think worth it. Like working with what we love, it's definitely like the best thing about everything that we're doing. We're not doing because of the money. The money is not the goal. The goal is to basically have money so we can continue working with what we love. I think that makes a whole difference because we don't feel we're working. We actually feel we're in holiday all the time, and some people, they just don't understand why you guys working so much. You guys not tired? No, we're not tired. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always telling us, oh, you know, don't you think you should stop working for a few hours and go and do something you enjoy? And we're like, we are doing what we enjoy. If we weren't working, we'd be sitting thinking about the fact we're not working.
You get to listen to Mega Man music while you work. That's awesome.
Yeah, great. You feel like, yeah, I'm making those games. I feel so excited. So cool.
How did you guys meet?
Actually, I think we met at my leaving do. When I was leaving to go to Canada to work for a few months. And I had this bit of a reputation at our school for having the most leaving parties out of anyone who's ever been
They're
there.
like 5 or 10.
Not that
Steph is
many.
leaving every month. She's leaving. Every month she was leaving, and we're having a party. I think it was an excuse to have some beer.
I really liked the attention. I'm not gonna lie. And we were drinking, and our love for Fallout 3 made us completely geek out. And we were just talking about our favourite Easter eggs in Fallout 3 and our favourite parts of the game, and that really, and the fact that we both owned Vault 101 costumes and both turned our mobile phones into Pip Boys in the past. I think we knew then we were going to be friends.
Wow.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I can't
She
believe I
also
missed
did
that on the
Nuka-Cola.
internet.
The Nuka-Cola, it was telling about the Nuka-Cola tag. She made it. How was the that was awesome. She did some Nuka-Cola coins and
So much fun.
the tag you did for the game you did, the Nuka-Cola, and you throw in your house and you hide it.
Sorry, it's cutting out a little bit there. I didn't catch much of that.
I still don't remember what else. Anyway, she did some Nuka-Cola coins.
The Nuka-Cola coin game?
Oh no, I bought some Nuka-Cola bottle caps off of Etsy.
Oh
and I
yeah,
hid them
cool.
around my house.
Little Easter eggs, I guess, suppose, huh?
Yeah. I sound like such a nerd right now.
That's fun. My wife
I
hides
can hear
gnomes
people laughing
in
the
her
office.
mom's house for her mom to discover.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I think Send Help, you had another question?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if the Kickstarter doesn't work out, will there be a way to donate, like a PayPal account or something?
Great question.
We actually thought about that. We didn't decide that, but me and Steph been talking about it. Like, we have so many people that want to support us and want to help us, and we thought maybe we could like just keep the plan and say, look, if you donate, you still have the same, basically what we promised. You can still have the game, and you can still maybe have your character in the game, and like what we had in the Kickstarter. We're actually thinking about it, like giving people opportunities to help us if they wanted to.
Yeah, we could really use some good advice on that actually, because in terms of doing stuff like that, you don't want to be in a bad position when you do that. It'd be good to speak to people who maybe have done pre-orders before, and maybe we could speak. If there's anyone out there who wants to give us advice, we'd really love to hear it.
I suppose definitely just getting at least a donation situation up, just people that no strings attached just want to throw some money your ways, and then yeah, some sort. I would love to have my character brought into your game as well. I signed up on Blair's Technolist. I supported to a level in which I will be present in that world, and I think we're going to have some sort of VR talk show thing going on in that situation. So I'm really stoked about that. I think that's such a great way for people to invest, or people would want to buy in.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we're definitely gonna work it out a way to give people the opportunity to help.
Sure.
In the last case scenario, just a donation button PayPal, but we will try to, like Steph said, let's get some advice before we make any claims. But yeah, that's in our plans to do, like to give people this opportunity actually.
Cool. So let's go ahead and point people to where they can find your work and follow you. Go ahead and throw out some plugs.
It's on our website.
Yeah, we have a new blog on pixelripped.com, and we are planning on updating that more regularly, and we have been. We want to try and improve our communication, so we'll be doing updates on there on what's going on with development. But also there's our Twitter account, pixelripped account, or you can follow Anna as Anna Game Dev. Is that right?
Yeah, Anna Game Dev. Yeah.
And I'm just Steph Keegan, spelled with an F.
Cool. So yeah, all that information's on the website pixelripped.com. Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm gonna rattle off a few plugs as well for stuff we're doing here in VR Chat. We have our Sunday meetup at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So that's been going on for about a year and a half, and it's just great to see a whole bunch of people show up for that, show off their avatars and new rooms they're working on, and of course some great conversations and meet and greets. There's also a VR Chat subreddit, so it's just /r/VR Chat, and there's a link to our wiki there, so if you want to learn how to bring stuff into VR Chat, it's really, really easy to do, and it's a lot of fun to be able to share that with people. And I want to thank, of course, everybody for coming out. Thank Stephanie and thanks Anna for coming on the show and taking the time out of all that work you got ahead of you, and I hope you guys had some fun here.
Yeah,
I must say it was the best. Yeah, the best shots we have been. Like it's the first time I actually been interviewing. Yeah, it's just it's a unique experience I will never forget. It's great. It's really cool to see everyone here. I know those crazy characters and avatars. It's just awesome. I feel I'm inside the Oasis and Ready Player One. It's so exciting.
That's the goal. That's so cool. Thank you for that feedback. That's kind of the it's the dream of mine, is to kind of provide that sort of experience and just get to meet people. I'm over in Florida, so I can't actually come out and meet everybody that's in California and of course all over the world. So it's so much fun. I'm glad you guys like it. And a few other.
We are big fans of Ready Player One, so.
Yeah.
If you want to build the Oasis, we would like to join as well.
Oh yeah, I mean you guys can bring in any of your Unity stuff and just easily bring a room online. Like there's a Technoless room, for example, that is gives a taste of what Blair built there, and it's just a static room right now, but the sky is sort of the limit. So if you want to have a pixel ripped room, I think that wouldn't take you much to do. I mean, I'm sure in a day you could have something up that we could show off here and point people to, and you can have people in there with you. I think that's the biggest thing, is to being able to share it with the community.
That's a good idea. That's
please join our community.
Yeah.
And Sundays, if you're kind of wanting to take a break, jump in here in VR Chat, and you might, who knows who you might meet and all that kind of thing. It definitely is a vibrant space.
Awesome. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. And then karaoke, and we're doing the theater, so you know, it's all posted on the Oculus subreddit. So if you see something and you got the time, I mean, that goes for everybody. Anybody wants to participate or check that out, just stay tuned. And I want to thank Kenny on cameras for running this every week. I want to thank Dark Akuma, who is the technician here on the set. He is what makes these seats kind of, we're able to spawn different seating arrangements and the camera system and a whole bunch of other cool things like the chairs lighting up. Puts in a lot of work. I really appreciate that. And I want to thank the backers that are backing me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Gunter. I have Drash supporting me, Deep Rifter over here supporting me, Jesse, Rubik, Holotape, and Electric Pioneer. You guys are really help making my VR dreams come true. And you know, I'm starting to hopefully be able to afford to move this RV out to California someday. That's kind of my goal. And I think that's it. It's a show. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, woo!
Whoop, whoop. Now we can stretch our legs. Thanks so much. And this is when the party begins. Mr. Q.